Hi, I'm Amélie Labarthe, and I designed a collection of playful comfort objects for home for adults who don't want to grow up.
Okay, so explain a bit more about what the project's about, what you're trying to achieve.
It's about finding back very simple ways to interact with your interior, and so these objects are part of the home decoration, and you can really interact with them in a very simple way. And it's from anecdotes from the people. For instance, where do you hide your mess if it's really messy in your home and someone rings at the door? And instead of putting it below the bed or inside a cupboard like everyone says, just put it inside the wall. So this is why I designed
it. Could you do a demonstration?
Sure. So basically, if you don't use it, the eyes are closed and this is very flat and you don't see anything. And would you do like the doorbell? Do the doorbell.
Ding dong!
Panic, and you just throw everything in there.
Okay.
See, you can have the very last touch, tongue, and that's it. So it's about, you're messy, it's fine. And also, people like to have friendly entities in their home, but not necessarily pets, because you have to feed them. So this is why I designed these. These are cushions, and if you take care of them and if you hug them, their eyes open, and if you just leave them, they just go back to sleep. So if you want to see more of that, you have to see the full-length movie, also on this page. So that's it. And then there's the last thing, and that's the scarf. It's a very long, long scarf. And according to how you make knots with it, you can design different monsters. And this is why I asked all my friends to design different monsters. So if you come into the space or flick through this book, you can see the whole collection of monsters you can do. So Joe made one, Elizabeth made one. So yeah, I'm using the people to design my things, because I really like when they appropriate the objects for themselves and it's not mine anymore. So.
And you use sort of simple technologies, printing?
Yeah, the vision of textiles in the future I have is something very low-tech that allows poetic interaction with yourself and the objects, and soft as well. No high technology, just very simple things.
Good interaction.
Yeah. And what inspires me, vintage toys, Sesame Street, silly TV shows, anything really. Yeah, random. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Suzanne, what's your project about?
My project is entitled Chasing Rainbows, and it's actually a celebration of the unpredictability of the weather. And it's kind of motivated by climate change. I located my project in sort of London 2050, when temperatures are predicted to be hotter and wetter, especially during the summer. So it's kind of like adapting textiles and fabrics to cope with these rapidly changing weather patterns.
What sort of materials are you interested in?
I've used a lot of sort of synthetic man-made fabrics, just because I was also kind of conscious of sort of low impact sort of dyes and processes on, again, the environment. So that's been a very kind of conscious decision. I've used sort of digital printing, I've used sort of polyester, I've also used fabrics that are usually associated with sports and water, and kind of brought them into an urban sort of city context.
Talk about your pleating.
And my choice of pleating, this was part of, I designed 3 collections, so it was one to cope with rain, second was to cope with sun, and this third one was to deal with sort of windy weather conditions. And the idea behind the pleating, again, I worked with cement pleaters who've been in business since the 40s, and it was trying to bring together sort of old sort of traditional techniques with something very modern like digital printing. And again, just really kind of pushing different pleats. Obviously, Izumaki would be a really kind of good source of inspiration for this, but I was also interested in the fact that he uses sort of one structure and an all-over sort of pleating on kind of garments. So it was kind of like maybe experimenting with different sort of chevron pleats and not sort of pleating the whole fabric. So if you are in sort of windy conditions, that the fabrics can either kind of contract to protect you or expand if you were feeling more playful, because I just wanted the whole thing to be quite poetic and playful and to sort of enhance or celebrate the bad weather rather than get depressed by it.
And what's your vision of Textile Futures?
My vision of Textile Futures are definitely collaborations. It can be, I think I've really enjoyed the course in that we've worked with some industrial designers and scientists and people sort of from completely different like backgrounds. And I just think it's really interesting to kind of share different points of view and come up with something quite unexpected and hopefully innovative.
Okay, thank you.